Hello, my name is Sofia Ferrari and I am a certified holistic aromatherapist for 20 years now, and today I'd like to talk about frankincense essential oil. This is fondly known as the king of oils. It can do so much for us. Often this oil is not produced in very ethical manners. The trees, the boswellia trees where the frankincense comes from, is often overcut and can cause the tree disease and illness, and can break down because of the high demand for frankincense. So if it is not cultivated properly, and if the farmers who are cultivating it are not compensated appropriately, then it causes third world issues in that area, and we will no longer have frankincense available for us if that kind of demand and lack of integrity in taking care of the people who are caring for the frankincense boswellia trees. According to Aromatic Plant Research Center, which does a lot of testing on essential oils, over 90% of essential oils on the market are adulterated or contaminated. Now, frankincense essential oil specifically has an even higher reason to be adulterated because it is a very expensive oil to produce. It's very time consuming, labor intensive, has extremely wonderful medicinal properties. But most often, frankincense essential oil is adulterated with turpentine. Yes, you heard me correctly, turpentine. Both frankincense and turpentine look similar in its chemical constituency because they are both high in alpha-pinene, the chemical called alpha-pinene. Therefore, in most laboratories where they do testing, they cannot distinguish whether it's a pure frankincense or not by simply checking the molecular structure, as they would for pesticides, herbicides, heavy metals, and things like that. You can check for that, but you can't tell if it's pure or not unless you do carbon date testing. Yes, the type of testing that you do, that archaeological research does to make sure the approximate age of the artifact, right? So if they test frankincense essential oil with carbon date testing, they're able to tell whether it's turpentine or not. And it is the only way to distinguish that. It is rather an expensive testing method, and there are very few companies that actually bother to do it in the world. If you want a pure frankincense essential oil, the most important part is to make sure that you are actually getting from a source that has been tested. And you can do that. Some companies, like the one I use, shows its test results online for every single batch. So I can actually look at the batch number underneath and check that batch from a third party to show that it is pure. Now, frankincense, when it is a therapeutic grade, when it is pure, can be used the three different ways. So aromatically, which is in a diffuser, breathing it in; topically, which means putting it on your skin; and internally, which means ingesting it. This essential oil does some marvelous things. So emotionally, let's go there first, right? Because emotionally, psychologically, this is where the oils have a tremendous effect, but also on a cellular level. And I'll talk about that a little bit more. Frankincense is known as the oil of light and truth. And if somebody is feeling unloved, rejected, or disconnected, it helps to make you feel more connected. It helps with to bring about feelings of belonging and being loved and provided for. I had one person tell me the first time she smelt this frankincense that it felt like a warm blanket being wrapped around her and fully safe and secure. That is a wonderful way to describe what frankincense does for you. To have that experience continually, you would want to use the oil on an ongoing basis, continually. Frankincense blends with many, many different oils. Now, if you're using an oil topically, I recommend diluting it because it allows the skin more time to absorb it. Essential oils are aromatic compounds and dissipate into the air. But when you mix it with a carrier oil, it allows it to stay on the skin and be absorbed for a longer period of time. It's not going to dissipate as quickly. Or you can put it in a diffuser. And I'll talk about some wonderful ways that we can use frankincense. On a physical level, frankincense has astounding effects on our cells. You can look this up, the research that is public about a frankincense essential oil. We know that it's great on our cells, what it can do to our cells. We know that it's immune boosting. It does fabulous things to rejuvenate the skin. It helps to stimulate our immune system. It helps with our brain support. There's a lot of research on that, on frankincense essential oil and brain support, on cellular support, on memory. And of course, it's been used for centuries and centuries for prayer and meditation and to help balance and bring about the truth within ourselves. As a historical note, frankincense, there were residues in these giant tubs of frankincense essential oil that were found in Egyptian tombs of pharaohs. And it was actually thought that frankincense essential oil was more valued than even gold because it is liquid gold. Very quick way to use frankincense if you want to diffuse it. Drop of frankincense, a couple drops of wild orange and a drop of peppermint in the morning to help to bring about a beautiful, happy, invigorating day. And it helps to make you feel inspired to discover new. It helps to wake you up and be positive about the day. That's an awesome diffuser blend. Frankincense blends with just about any oil you like. You could use frankincense and ylang-ylang to help to bring out that childlike spirit, playful spirit. And of course, if you want to get closer to your heart, using frankincense and rose or frankincense and geranium are definitely wonderful combinations to help us get to our true desires and what really makes our heart happy. Those are some different combinations that you might want to try. Personally, I used frankincense when I was dealing with arthritic pain from Lyme disease, and it was one of the few oils that helped to take away the excruciating pain that kept me from sleeping at night. I was in constant pain, and using frankincense topically in the area where it was inflamed, because it helps to reduce inflammation. You can blend it with turmeric that also helps with inflammation. It helps to reduce inflammation, so I didn't have that burning pain in my joints and in my back, and I could actually fall asleep. This was the only oil that actually worked that way for me. And if that is an issue for you, I hope that helps. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like and subscribe, and message me with any questions you have that I may not have answered about an essential oil.